Pilates people. It's Michelle here. I know it's early morning, so I'm going to wait for a few people to get on. But for today, we are going to need our foam roller. If you have it, a long one is probably the best to use. And then some hand weights. I'm using 5s, but a larger amount can work, like an 8 or a 10, or if you want to go smaller, you can come with a 3. Also, if you don't have weights, I would say grab some water bottles or canned goods, because that'll help as well. And we are broadcasting live from my basement tonight, or this morning, it's late, because we're doing renovations, and this is the only place in my house where my kids can't hear me. I'm trying not to wake them up, but we'll give people a few minutes to jump on. Hey Brenda, hey Renee, how you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. We'll give people a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. But like I said, you need your foam roller and a pair of hand weights. And I'm gonna take this off. It's a little chilly down here, but I feel like I'm gonna get hot in a second. Oh yeah, I got 4 people. That's more than I thought I was gonna have this early in the morning. Awesome. All right, well, let's get started, guys. All right, so we're going to start without our foam roller. We're gonna start standing on our mat. And if you can hear me, let me know, because once I get further away from the camera, sometimes my voice goes down. So if you can't hear me, tell me to speak up. I'll see the little comment there. But we're gonna start at the edge of our mat. We're gonna start with some roll downs. So I want you to first just take a deep inhale through your nose, expand your lateral rib cage, and then exhale, knit those ribs in, pull the navel in towards the spine. Pull those shoulders down away from the ears. You're gonna take a deep inhale, lengthen those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take a forward bend down toward your feet, rounding through your spine, warming up the backs of those legs and your spine. Hold it at the bottom for a second. Take a deep inhale here at the bottom. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your mid-back lead, your thoracic spine, slowly coming up. Head is going to be the last thing to lift. Again, lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Dive forward, tucking that chin towards your chest, slowly rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Holding it at the bottom. Breathing here. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, roll up. Let that mid-back lead. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Head is going to be the last thing to lift. Let's go through that 2 more times. Deep inhale. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take a forward bend down toward your feet. Rounding through the spine. Holding at the bottom. Feeling a nice release through the backs of those legs. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, roll all the way up, round through that spine. Let that mid-back lead. Shoulders lift, head lifts last. Last time, reach those arms up towards the ceiling, taking that inhale. Exhale, forward, bend down towards those feet. Hold it at the bottom. Hang out there for a second. Beautiful work, you guys. Now, we're going to hold it here at the bottom, and then we're just going to come up halfway and lower back down towards the floor. Now, your fingertips might not meet the floor, and that's fine. Just go to where your hamstrings are allowing you, where your flexibility is allowing you. Lift up halfway, and then lower back down. Let's go 3 more like that. Lift up halfway, stay rounded in your spine, and lower half down, or all the way down. Last 2, lift up halfway, and lower back down. Nice work, you guys. Last 1, lift up halfway and lower all the way back down, holding at the bottom, hanging out here for a second. Take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, slowly round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head is going to be the last thing to lift. Nice job. Beautiful work. So we're going to grab our foam roller. I just want to make sure that you guys are hearing me fine. Great. Awesome. So we're going to grab our foam roller, and I'm going to come facing toward you. We're going to find a second position with our feet. So you're externally rotated through those hips. Your feet are slightly wider than your hips. You're going to start with that foam roller right in front of you. You're going to take a deep inhale here. I want you to lower down to a squat or a second position plie. And as you do that, I want you to lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Bring those shoulders down away from the ears. And then restack the legs, drop that foam roller down in front of you. Now, if you don't have the foam roller, you're just lowering and lifting those arms. You're going to lift up, sink down, let that tailbone lead, and then press to those heels. Lower those arms, lengthen those legs. Lengthen up towards the ceiling with your arms or your foam roller, and then straighten those legs, bring that foam roller down. Let's go 4 more here. Breathing here, making sure your rib cage is connected. Last 3. Nice work. Last 2. And a lower. On your last one, I want you to hold it down there. Beautiful job. Now, breathing here, tiny pulses. So you're going to lift up an inch and lower down an inch. And lift it up. And lower down. Breathing here, lift it up. And lower down. 4 more. Up and down. Nice job. 3. You guys got this. Last 2. Nice work. And 1. Lower all the way down first, and then restack the spine, straighten those legs. Keep that foam roller or your arms extended up towards the ceiling. We're going to go for some lateral side bends here. Warming up the spine again. Working the spine in all directions. You're going to take a deep inhale, lower down to your right side. Exhale, use that left oblique. Use your breath, come up. Let's go to the left side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more each side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Breathing here. You guys got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nice work. Now we're going to combo the 2 together. So we're going to sink down into our squat. This time, we're going to lower the arms when we come down to our squat. Now, as we come up, we are going to reach up and over to the right side. Now, we're going to lower down, lower the arms down as you sink down. And then come up, reach up and over. Let's go for tempo here. So, lower down, lift up and reach. Lower down, lift up and reach. Getting our heart rate up. Lower down. Lift up and reach. Lower down. You guys got this. Lift up and reach. 2 more each side. Lower. Lift up and reach. Lower down. Lift up and reach. Last one. Lower down. And reach it over. Here we go. Lower down. And reach it over. Come down one final time. Hold it here. Lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Now, we're going to stay down into our squat or our plie. And we're going to alternate our heel lifts here. So we're going to lift the right heel up, lower that heel down. Lift the left heel up and lower. Warming up those ankles, warming up those feet. You guys got this. Lift that right and lower and left and lower and right and lower and left and lower. 2 more each side. You guys got this. Last one. Lift it up. Keep that heel lifted. Lift that opposite heel up. Find your balance. Heidi pulses down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those heels. Restack those legs. Lower that foam roller. Shake it out. Whew. My heart rate up is up. I know your heart rate is up as well. We're going to come standing to the side. We're going to get into a lunge series. Work that heart rate a little bit more before we get back down onto our mat. So I want you to think about splitting your legs. The right leg is coming forward, left leg is coming back. Nice wide split. I want you to sink down into your lunge. Make sure you have 2 nice 90-degree angles. So the front knee is tracking over the front ankle. The back knee is in line with your hip. You're sinking as low as you can. Making sure your knee is right in line with those toes here. Now stack back up. Beautiful job. Now, you're going to bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Make sure your hips and your shoulders are squared off and there's no external rotation here. You're going to sink down into your lunge. As you do that, you're going to reach that foam roller or your arms right out in front of you and then come back up. Driving through that front heel. Lower down on your inhale and exhale, lift. And a lower. And lift. And a lower. And to your lunge, hold it here. Now you're gonna rotate towards the front knee. So you're gonna rotate towards your front knee, the knee that's bent in the front, and then come back center, and then restack, dropping that foam roller. Inhale, lower, exhale, rotate, come back center, and up. Inhale, lower, and a rotate, and center, and up. Last one, inhale, lower, and a rotate, and center. Hold it there. Now, I want you to pop that front heel up, if you can, if it's available to you. Tiny pulses through the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that front heel, straighten those legs, step it in, shake it out. Woo, that was a burner, you guys. All right, you got one more side, and then we're going to move on to some mat work or some floor work. So you're going to step that opposite foot forward. Split your legs. Check out your lunge again. So square up those hips. Sink down. Make sure you have those two nice 90-degree angles. And then lengthen up. Now, without that rotation, we're just lowering down, extending that foam roller in front of us, and then pressing up. I want you to really think about driving through your front heel. Engaging the glutes and the hamstring on that front leg. Try not to rely on that back foot to drive you up. And lift. Nice job. Let's go 2 more here. And lift. Last one. Lower it down. And lift up. Adding on here. Lower down to your lunge. Rotate. Come back center. And lift. And a lower. And a rotate. And center. And lift. 2 more. You guys got this. Lower it down. And a rotate. And center. And lift. Last one. Lower it down. And a rotate. And center. And lift. Nice job. Oh, sorry. Got one more thing. So, you're going to lift that front heel. Stay down there. Hold that foam roller out in front of you. Tiny pulses down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower that heel. Now straighten up and step in. Nice work. Beautiful work. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get onto the floor. You're going to bring your foam roller, take it long ways on your mat. If you have your weights, bring them with you down to your mat. I want you to sit on your foam roller at the very end of your foam roller and bring your mats out to the side. We just put them in a place where you are going to be able to reach them. We're not going to have them right away. So you're going to lie all the way back on your foam roller. I want you to make sure that once you lie all the way back, your head and your neck is supported on your foam roller. I want you to scoot your booty down if it's not. And my ponytail may be in my way, but I think I'm good. So we're going to start just warming up the arms just a little bit more. So I want you to reach your arms right up towards the ceiling here, whether you're on your foam roller or not. Whether you're on your foam roller or not, I really want you to think about imprinting your spine. So bring your spine all the way into that foam roller. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Connect through your obliques here. We're going to scissor through our arms. So I want you to reach your right arm back as your left arm lowers down to the floor. Exhale and switch. Opening up that chest. You feel a little bit of an extra extension through the spine and through the chest when you're on this foam roller, but you can still feel that stretch just lying on your mat. Breathing here. Let's go 3 more here. And switch. Last 2. And switch. And last 1. And switch. Nice job. You're going to bring your arms back up towards the ceiling. And I want you to tuck those elbows in toward your side. Like you're making 2 nice 90-degree angles with your arms. Palms are facing in towards each other. Beautiful. Now you're just going to bring them here. So your elbows are up and your palms are still facing towards each other. I want you to just open your arms out to the side. Open that chest. If you have that foam roller, let those elbows drop lower than your foam roller and then come back up. Lower down. Open that chest and come in. And lower. And come in. Let's go 3 more here. And close. last 2, and close, last 1, close them in. Lower those arms down, find your weights. So we're just going to go through a quick, just our upper body circuit here. I want you to start by extending your arms up towards the ceiling. Your palms are facing towards you at first, and then rotate those palms so they're facing away from you. Find your balance. I'm already wobbly, and that's fine. That's why this foam roller is here, to challenge our stability today. So you're going to take a deep inhale here. I want you to lower your elbows down, make 2 nice 90-degree angles or field goal positions with your arms, and then extend straight back up on that exhale. Chest press here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Really connect through your core here. Exhale, lift. Even though we're just working that upper body, we're working on stabilizing the rest of our body. And breathing here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We got 3 more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 2. And last 1. Hold it down there. So you're going to hold it here. You're going to take your arms and do 8 tiny pulses. So reach up an inch and lower down an inch. And a reach and lower. And a reach and lower. Breathing here. And a reach and lower. And a reach and lower. 4 more. And a reach and lower. And a reach and lower. Last 2. Last 1. Extend those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Rotate the palms so they're facing towards each other, and find a slight bend in your elbow like you're holding on to an imaginary tree or beach ball. Now we're going to open up for our chest slide. So I want you to open out. Bring your arms just to your peripheral vision and then close them over your chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. When you lower, I want you to think about engaging those shoulders together, pulling them in as you lower those arms. Let's go 3 more here and close. Last 2 and close. On your last one, you're holding it open, just like we did with that chest press or that shoulder press. Tiny pulses. Lift up an inch, lower down an inch. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go for 4. Nice job. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Nice work. Coming all the way up. Arms are staying, or hands are staying facing towards each other. You're just straightening those arms here. Make sure your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked and in line. We don't want to close them here because I don't want anybody to hit their head. We're going into some tricep extension here. So you're going to bend at the elbows. Drop those weights down. Lengthen and extend. Squeeze those triceps as you extend those arms. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Squeeze those triceps. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep those elbows tracking right on top of those shoulders. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And breathe, you guys. And lift. Let's go 4 more here. And lift. 3. And lift. Last 2. And lift. And last 1. Lengthen those arms. Hold down. Bring them down one more time. We got to go for those tiny pulses. So tiny pulses, up an inch and down. And press up and lower down. Breathing here. Woo. And up and down. Let's go for 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Nice work. Extend those arms all the way up. Keep those palms facing towards each other. We're going to go for deltoid raise here. So I want you to take an inhale, lower down those weights till they come hovering right in line with your hips. And then exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 4 more. Inhale, lower. And a lift. 3. And a lift. Last 2. And a lift. Last 1. Hold it down there, tiny pulses. Up an inch and down an inch. Breathing here. If this is too much down here, I want you to come into a mid-range up here. And for 4. 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it here. Last thing we're doing here, rotate those palms up towards the ceiling. Keep those elbows hovering here if you're lying straight on the mat. You're going to bicep curl in and then lengthen those arms out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bicep curl and lengthen. And bicep curl and lengthen. You guys got this. Let's go for 4 and lengthen. 3 and lengthen. Last 2 and lengthen. On your last one, you know where you're going. Hold it in there. Tiny pulses. Up and down. Breathing here. Nice work. You guys got this. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Lengthen those arms out. You're going to place those weights off to the side, off of your mat, completely out of your way. We're going to stay on this foam roller lying down. I want you to bring your arms to the mat. So your hands are onto the mat, your forearms on the mat. If you are lying down on the mat, I want you to prop yourself up onto your forearms so that your shoulders are lifted. Your elbows are right under your shoulders. But if you're on the foam roller, I want you to lie all the way down. So on the foam roller, you're going to lie all the way down. You're going to press your hands and your forearms into the mat. I want you to pull the navel in towards the spine. And this is where it's going to get fun. For you guys who've taken my class before, we've done this plenty of times. So you're going to bring your right leg into your tabletop. Knee is right on top of those hips. Pull the navel in towards the spine. I'm already wobbly, you guys. And then bring that other leg to meet it. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Point those toes. We're going to start with some toe taps here. So you want to think about hinging from your hips. You're going to tap that left toe down towards the mat on your inhale. Exhale, lift it back up in line with that right leg. Inhale, let's switch to the other side. So the right toe taps down. Exhale, lift it up. Left leg, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Right leg, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You guys got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more each side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. Hold it there. Now, find your balance. Ooh, wobbly, you guys. Stabilize here. You can stay with the single leg variation, or if you want to progress it here, you can come for that double leg. So you're going to take a deep inhale, tap both toes down to that mat. Exhale, use that breath, use your core to bring it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's go 2 more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, use that breath, lift it up. Nice job. You're going to bring those feet down to your mat just for a second. I want you to press up. Feel some release through your hips, through your quads here. And then lower that tailbone all the way back down. Nice work. Moving on. We're going to bring your right leg back to your tabletop. Find your balance. Knee is right on top of that hip. And then bring that left leg. Pull those inner thighs together. Pull up and in on your pelvic floor. Find that stability. You're going to come into a single leg stretch variation here. So, you're going to take a deep inhale, lengthen your left leg straight out in front of you. Nice long line from your hips, through your knee, your ankle, your toe, and then bring it back in. Opposite side, lengthen it out on that inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. And lengthen. And breathe in here. And lengthen. Pull it in. And lengthen. Pull it in. 1 more each side. And lengthen. And in. And lengthen. And pull it in. Hold it there. Find your balance. Now again, going for that double leg variation. You're going to lengthen both legs out on that inhale. Exhale, pull them both in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Now remember, if you're on the mat, you don't have your foam roller, you're propping yourself up here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Let's go 2 more here. And lengthen on that inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Last one. And lengthen. and pull it in. Nice job. Drop those feet just for a second. Lift those hips. Feel a nice release here. Whew. Guys, I'm totally wobbly up here, but that's good. Working on my stability this morning. So last thing we're going to do before we move on, we're going to bring our legs back into our tabletop once again. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Now, if you feel too crazy here, you can always stay at the single leg stretch and double leg stretch. If you want to really progress it this morning, we're going to lengthen both legs up towards the ceiling. Point those legs. Going for a scissor variation. Inhale, lower your left leg and lift it up. And now that right leg, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You guys got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Try to go to the point where you can control it, where your back isn't arching crazy off of the mat or the foam roller. Nice work. Let's go one more each side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Beautiful job. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Whew. This one's hard for me, but I'm going to make it, you guys. So squeeze those inner thighs together. Both legs extended up towards the ceiling. Now take an inhale, lower both legs down to your point of control. Exhale, use your breath, your core, lift it up. You guys got this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We got two more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Oh my gosh. Lower those feet down. Lift those hips up. Feel a nice release. Beautiful work, you guys. We're going to come up carefully if you're on that foam roller. If you're not on the foam roller, just lower your head down to your mat. We're going to come into a bridge too. So, we're going to bring our foam roller to the very end of our mat. Bring our arches onto our foam roller and glide all the way down. Arms rested down on your side. We're not going to be here for long. So you're going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale. I want you to find your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. And I want you to bring your shoulders into the mat here. Keep those knees tracking right in line with those ankles and those toes. So make sure you're not finding any external rotation in your hips. Keep your hips and your shoulders squared off towards the ceiling. Knit your ribs in. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lift those hips up, come into your bridge. Now, if you don't have your foam roller, I want you to lift your toes off of the mat. So you're digging into your heels. So you're finding a little bit more engagement through your glutes and your hamstrings here. Take a deep inhale at the top, and then exhale, slowly lower back down. Beautiful work. Deep inhale here. Exhale, lift those hips up. Powering through both legs equally here. Breathing. Try not to let your rib cage flare out, but knit those ribs in. Take an inhale here at the top, and then exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Your tailbone's going to be the last thing to hit. We're going to go through that 3 more times. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, power, and think about pressing down to lift up. Holding at the top, nice long line from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, lower back down. You guys got this. Let's go 2 more here. Deep inhale. Exhale, lift up. Hold it at the top. Breathing here. Take a deep inhale here at the top. And then exhale, slowly lower down. You guys got this. Last one. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift up and hold it. Now, stabilizing here on the foam roller, I want you to lift your right leg into your tabletop. Tap that foot down. Lift that left leg into your tabletop and tap that foot down. And a right, and a lower, and a left, and lower, and a right, and lower, and a left, and lower. 2 more each side. Right, and a lower, and a left, and lower. Last one. Right, and a lower, and left, and lower. Hold it there. Take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, slowly lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Tailbone's going to be the last thing to hit. Woo! Hug those knees and towards your chest just for a second, but don't lose that foam roller. Bring those feet back onto your foam roller or back onto your mat. Feet are parallel, hip distance apart. If you're on the mat without your foam roller, you're digging your heels into the mat, flexing those toes back toward you. If you're on the foam roller, your arches are on the foam roller. Arms are coming rested on your side. You're going to take a deep inhale, lift those hips up to that bridge. Hold it here. I want you to lift the right leg into your tabletop and then extend it straight up towards the ceiling. Beautiful job. Now we're going to lower down to a 45-degree angle. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We just got 3 more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 2. My left leg is shaking, you guys. Exhale, lift. Last 1. Exhale, lift. Hold it there. Bring that foot back down to your foam roller. Keep your hips lifted. We're going straight to the opposite side, so extend that left leg up. Point that toe. Inhale, lower down to your 45. Exhale, lift back up to your 90. Keep that right hip level and stable here. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Right leg shaking. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Bring that foot back down to your foam roller. Stabilize through your hips. Take a deep inhale here, or your pelvis, I should say. And then exhale, slowly lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Tailbone's going to be the last thing to hit. Woo! Nice work, you guys. I want you to extend your legs out, whether you have the foam roller or not. Reach your arms behind you. Take a deep inhale, tuck your chin towards your chest. Gaze comes to your navel. Bring those arms up. Slowly roll up through your roll up. Take a forward bend over your legs and feel a nice release and a nice stretch here. Flex those toes back toward you. Holding it here and breathing. So we deserve a little bit of a stretch before we move on. Nice work, you guys. So we are going to come onto our foam roller into a side kick series here. So and you can get your weights out of your way. I'm going to move mine. If it feels like too crazy and stable and a little too wristy here, because it can get a little bit wristy, I want you to just ditch the foam roller if you have it. And let's have fun. So we're going to start in a kneeling position here. I want you to bring your hand to the very center of your foam roller if you have it. If you don't have your foam roller, it's just coming onto your mat. You're going to bring your opposite hand to your hip and extend your leg out towards the side. I want you to make sure your shoulders are stacked, that you have a nice long line from your shoulder to your elbow to your wrist here. And I want you to make sure your hips are squared off towards the front. You're pulling your oblique up and in, pulling the navel in towards the spine, pointing that toe. You're going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lift your leg up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lift. Breathing here. Finding nice length from your hip to your toe. You guys got this. Let's go 3 more here. Last 2. Last 1. You're going to lift that leg and hold it. Extend the arm up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to go for an oblique crunch, because this is all about the side body, this series here. So exhale, pull elbow to knee, look at the knee, and then lengthen back out, look forward. Exhale, pull elbow to knee, lengthen out. Exhale, pull it in and lengthen out. Let's go 3 more here and lengthen. Last 2 and lengthen. On your last one, I want you to hold it in there, tiny pulses in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out, hold it there. Tiny pulses through that leg for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to bring that leg down. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. If you have the foam roller, I want you to bring your opposite arm down first. We're going to come into a side plank position. So you can always stay with this modified side plank and hold it here. You just want to kind of scoot your knee out so it's in line with the other knee and just engage through your obliques here. If you're coming for the full side plank, you're going to extend the bottom leg out. Reach the other arm up or to your hip, whichever feels good to you. Arm extended is more challenging. And we're just going to hold it here. So we're working on stability through this shoulder. We're feeling a little bit of a quiver. I know I am. Pulling the obliques in and breathing here, growing tall to the top of your head and holding it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully lower back down. I want you to sit onto your heels. Take a side bend away from your foam roller, away from the arm you were just, or the side you were just working. Come back up and over and take a side bend in the opposite direction. Nice work. Let's take our foam roller, place it to the other side, get the other side. So, again, your hand's coming right to the center of your foam roller. The opposite leg is extending out. Pull that oblique up and in. Hand is coming to your side to start. Square off your hips, square off your shoulders. So we're going to take an inhale here. Exhale, lift that leg up. And tap it down on your inhale. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. Breathing here and lift. And lower. Stabilizing through your shoulders. Lift. And lower. 2 more. Lift. And lower. Last one. Lift it up. Hold it there. Extend that arm up. Exhale, come in, elbow to knee, feel that oblique, and lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in, and lengthen. Feel that rib to hip connection, and lengthen, and in, and lengthen, and in, and lengthen. 2 more, pull it in, and lengthen. Last one, pull it in, hold it in there. Tiny pulses for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out, hold it there. Pulse it up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You're going to lower that leg down. Again, if you're on that foam roller, just to be a little bit more safe, you're going to bring the opposite arm on as well. Come out, extend up to your plank. Nice long line here, stabilizing through your shoulder. Pulling your obliques in, pulling the navel in towards the spine and holding it. 8 counts here. 7, 6, woo, I'm shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Carefully lower yourself down. Let's take that side bend. So taking a stretch away from your foam roller. Coming up and over, taking a stretch in towards your foam roller. Nice work. So, just because my camera is in this way and I can see better here, I'm going to take my foam roller back around. You don't have to if you're fine. We're going to get into a 4-point kneeling series, which is one of my favorite things to do on the foam roller. So we're going to come, if you have your foam roller, and bring your knees onto your foam roller. Beautiful. You're going to bring your hands onto the mat. Make sure your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Your head is right, or your gaze is right in between your hands. Now, to start, I want you to hover your toes off of your foam roller. If at any point you feel like your stability is all crazy and jacked up, I want you to bring the balls of your feet onto your mat. So find your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Take that right leg and extend it behind you. Now from here, a tendency is for us to kind of externally rotate. So I want you to rotate that hip down and maybe even find a little bit of an internal rotation with your hip so you can keep it squared off towards the mat. Point that toe. Make sure your leg is not coming higher than your hip here. It's staying right in line with your hip. Now point the toe, lower the leg down to your mat on your inhale. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Really connecting through your obliques. Pulling your rib cage in, pulling the navel in towards the spine, stabilizing yourself here. Let's go 3 more here. Last 2. Last one, I want you to lift the leg and hold it here. Now, you're going to round through the spine. Find a little bit of like an angry cat position as you pull your knee in. Round through the spine. That's your exhale. And then inhale, lengthen back out to your neutral. Exhale, scoop that knee in, around through the spine, drop your gaze, and then lengthen back out to your neutral. pull it in, round in, and then lengthen back out. Let's go 2 more here, round in, and lengthen out. Last one, round it in, on that exhale, and lengthen out, hold it here. Now, here's where it gets a little fun, or a little crazy, depending on how you view it. You're gonna take your opposite arm out, in front of you. Well, first, I want you to bring the balls of the foot of the knee that's on the foam roller down to the mat, because it'll help you stabilize. You're gonna extend that opposite arm out. Nice job. Now, same thing, we're just gonna add the arm on. You're gonna lower the arm and leg down. Exhale, lift it up. So the ball of the foot of the knee that's on the foam roller is down to stabilize you. Now, if you got it with that toe lifted, go for it. You're a boss, and I commend you, but I don't have it this morning. Let's go 3 more here. Last 2. And last one, lift it up, hold it. Now, same thing. This time we're pulling elbow to knee, round in on that exhale. And length it. Gotta slow it down here. Round it in. Take that exhale. And then length it. Let's go 4 more here. And lengthen. 3. And lengthen. Last 2. And lengthen. Last 1. Lengthen it out. Hold it there. Find your balance and just breathe. Square that hip towards the foam roller. If you want to challenge yourself and you feel like you got it, lift those opposite toes up and hold here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice work. Shift your weight back. Find a little bit of a child's pose. If it got a little risky, rotate your palms up towards the ceiling. Hold it here and breathe. Beautiful work. We got another side. So let's come back to our 4-point kneeling position. Knees are under your hips, wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Lift those toes here. So we're going to start with the toes lifted. Now we're bringing our left leg out behind us now. And shift my weight a little bit more. Square out that hip towards your mat. Grow tall to the top of your head. Pull the navel up, pull the obliques in. Don't let that rib cage pop out. Inhale, lower, tap the toe down towards the mat. Exhale, lift. I want you to think about not just initiating the movement with your glutes and your hamstrings, but think about coming from that front of your hip as well. Hip extensors here. And a lift. Let's lower for 4. And a lift. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Let that leg hold it here. Now rounding in the spine, finding that angry cat. Scoop to the belly. Pull the knee to the nose. And then lengthen back out to your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. And pull it in. Round through your spine. And lengthen out. You got 2 more here. Pull it in. And lengthen out. Last 1. Pull it in. And lengthen out. Hold it there. Square out those hips. Find the mat with the balls of the feet that are on the foam roller. Extend the opposite arm out. Palm is facing in, thumb is up towards the ceiling. Now lower arm and leg down. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep that hip squared. Inhale, lower. I feel myself externally rotating. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's go 2 more here. And a lift. Last 1 and lower. And lift. Hold it here. Last thing here. You're going to pull elbow to knee. Scoop it in. Round through your spine. And then lengthen back out to your neutral. Exhale. Pull it in. And lengthen out. Exhale. Pull it in. And lengthen out. 3 more. Exhale. Pull it in. And lengthen out. Last 2. And lengthen out. Last 1. Pull it in. Lengthen out. Hold it there. Find your balance. Square off your hips. Breathing here, pull those obliques in. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down. Nice job. Shift your weight back. Once again, rotate those palms up towards the ceiling. Breathe in here. You guys did amazing. Let's move on to a plank series, and then we're going to end with an extension series, and then we're going to stretch it out. So, for our plank series, we are going to bring our hands onto our foam roller, and it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be good. If at any point it gets a little risky, just shoo that foam roller away if you have it, and you can do everything on the mat. So you're going to bring your foam roller to the front of your mat. You're going to come to a 4-point kneeling position. I want you to make sure your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked, and your weight is forward on that foam roller. If your weight is back, that's when it gets really into your wrist, then that foam roller starts rolling away from you. So I want you to really come to a nice stable position here. Step one leg back, come to the ball of your foot, and step the other leg back. Hold that plank. Nice long line from your ears to your shoulders, to your hips, to your knees, to your ankles. Pull the navel in, pull the obliques in, hold it here. And we're just going to hold it here for a second. If you come to my classes at Warehouse, you know that planks always come in 3s for me. And we always start with a static hold for the most part. So let's hold it. Let's work on our stability. I'm already getting wobbly, and let's breathe. We're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down just for a second. Sit back and sit up. Sit back and lift up. Beautiful job. Come back to the balls of your feet. Extend both legs out to your plank and hold it. And breathe. Pull the navel in, pull the obliques in, pull the rib cage in. We're going to come with a little mountain climber. So we're going to bring one knee in towards your chest, step back, and the opposite, and back. Exhale in, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in, and lengthen. 2 more each side, pull it in, and lengthen, and in, and lengthen. Last one, pull it in, lengthen it out, and in, and out. Nice job. Lower those knees down. Sit back. On an inhale, exhale, pull back up. A little active recovery. Sit back and pull it up. Last one. Sit back and pull it up. Beautiful job. Last plank here. You guys got this. Extend one leg out. Come to the ball of your feet. And the other leg. Find your alignment here. We're going to go for a little leg raise here. So I want you to lift the right leg up, tap that foot down. Lift the left leg up, tap it down. Keep those hips nice and even and stable. Try not to have any external rotation in your hips. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And lift and lower. 2 more each side. Lift and lower. You guys got this. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift it up. Lower it down. And lift and lower. Beautiful work. Sit back on those knees. This time take your proper child's pose. So knees apart, toes together. You can roll that foam roller away from you and say bye-bye because we're done with it. Reach those arms out. Lower your head down. If it got a little risky, rotate those palms up towards the ceiling. And breathe here. Alrighty, we got one more series and then we're stretching. So I want you to lower all the way down to your stomach on this mat. Now, I'm going to probably be in the wrong alignment here because I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So sometimes my head will be facing toward you. For you, I want your head always facing toward your mat. So I want you to find external rotation in your hips. Your legs are a little, about hip width apart, right? I want you to bring your arms to your field goal position. Your arms are about as wide as your mat here. Palms are facing down. Lower that head down. We're going to start just with some thoracic extension. So you're going to leave your legs on the mat. You're going to take an inhale, grow tall to the top of your head. On your inhale, you're lowering down. On your exhale, you're just lifting up. Finding a field goal position with your arms. Lifting from your mid-back here. And then on your inhale, lower all the way back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Exhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And a lift. And a lower. Let's slow it down a little bit. Exhale, lift, pause. And lower it down. And lift and pause. And lower it down. Let's go 2 more here. Lift and pause. And lower it down. On your last one, you're going to lift and hold it there. So keep that thoracic extension. Keep your hips pressing into the mat here. Now, I want you to extend your legs or your arms out. Find a Superman position. And then come back in. Extend those arms out and pull them in. As you pull them in, I want you to think about engaging those shoulders down your back. Breathing here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Let's go 4 more here. And in. You guys got this. 3 and in. Last 2 and pull it in. And last 1, pull it all the way in. And then lower your torso back down towards the mat. Beautiful work. From here, keep your arms where they are. Keep your head rested on your mat. We're just going to work the lower body by itself, and then we're going to combo the 2 together. So you're going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale again. Think about lifting from the front of your legs, so your hips here. Lift those legs off the mat. Lift those thighs up. And then lower back down. I'm going to rotate my head so that you can hear me. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let those thighs hover. Inhale, lower. Point those toes. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Strengthening that low back. Strengthening those glutes and those hamstrings. Let's go 3 more here. Last 2. On your last one, I want you to keep those legs lifted. Now you're in external rotation through your legs. So we're going to bend our knees in. Your toes kind of come together here. And then lengthen those legs back out. Make sure to keep those thighs lifted. Bend the knees in, toes tap together, and then lengthen out. Keep those thighs lifted. Bend it in. And lengthen out. Breathing here. Bend it in. Try to get full extension in those legs. Lengthen out. Let's go 3 more. And lengthen. Last 2. And lengthen. Last 1. Pull it in. And lengthen out. Hold it there. And then lower those legs down. Alrighty, guys. Very last thing we're doing before we stretch. Bring your arms to your field goal position. Legs are onto the mat. You're going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lift up to your hover. Arms are lifted. Thighs are lifted. Chest is lifted. You're growing tall through the top of your head. And then lower everything back down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. You guys got this. Exhale, lift. Make sure you're still connecting to your core here. Inhale, lower. Always working from a place of core engagement. And lower. Let's go 3 more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last 2. And lower. On your last one, lift it up. Hold it there. Extend those arms out. We're going to finish up with a swim. So you're going to lift your right arm as your left leg lifts. And switch. Slow it down to start. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Flutter kicking here. Right and left. Breathing here. It may get a little bit loud because my heat just kicked on. I thought I turned it off. So I'm going to talk a little bit louder. Almost there. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rest it down. Woo! Nice work, you guys. Let's stretch it out. So I want you to press up to a 4-point kneel on your mat once again. Let's get a little cat-cow. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in line. Knees are right in line with those hips. Take an inhale here at your neutral. As you exhale, I want you to scoop through the belly, round through the spine, drop the chin towards the chest. Gaze comes to your thighs, your knees. And then I want you to articulate, arch your back, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, scoop through the belly. My kids are up. I hear the toilet flushing upstairs. And arch the back, lift the chest, lift the chin. Scoop through the belly. And arch the back, lift the chest, lift the lift the chest, lift the chin. Nice work. You're going to take your right foot, step it in between your hands. Lift your chest. Back knee is down. Right arm's going to come to the outer part of your right thigh. You're going to reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take a side bend over to the right. Feel a nice release through that oblique. A nice release through that hip flexor and through that quad on the left side. Bring that arm up and around. Bring both hands down to the mat. Straighten that front leg out. Shift your weight back. Flex through your front toes. And take a forward bend over your legs. Stretch out those glutes, those hamstrings. Breathe in here. Carefully come up, swivel that leg around, and let's get the other side. So you're going to bring the left foot in between your hands. Restack your spine. Bring the left arm to rest onto your left thigh. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and take a side bend over to the left. Feel a nice release through this hip, through this oblique. If you need to press into it more, you can lean forward slightly. Carefully bring that arm around. Bring both hands down to the mat. Straighten that front leg out. Flex those toes back toward you and take a forward bend. Feel a nice release through your hamstrings. Beautiful work. You're going to swivel that leg around. Come to the balls of your feet here. Bring your hands onto your mat and lift your tailbone up. Come into that downward dog. Pressing those heels towards the floor. Holding it here. Feeling a nice release here. Drop your head under your shoulders. I want you to carefully walk your hands back toward your feet, finding your forward bend, hanging out there for a second. Nod your head yes a few times. Nod your head no a few times. Release any tension here. Now rounding through your spine, lead with your mid back. You're going to round up one vertebrae at a time. Slowly and controlled, just like we started today. Rounding all the way up. And your head is going to be the last thing to lift. Roll those shoulders down your back. And you guys made it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. It was so much fun. I'm alive. I'm awake. And now it's time for me to start my day. Thanks so much. Take care, you guys. Bye.